morning, everyone. Welcome to a very warm day in Washington Heights at Plaza Las Americas. We're so excited to be here. I wanted to roll out today my small business plan, particularly for communities of color who are the backbone of our economy. When I think about Washington Heights, I think about Harlem, I think about East Harlem, I think about Inwood, I think about our small businesses, I think about our small owners who help make our economy work. And not just our economy, our civic society, and our churches, who put tithes in the offerings, our small businesses, who helps make sure that other small businesses thrive. It's our small businesses. And for me, there's nothing more important as the next comptroller of the city of New York to make sure that the city of New York is working to help our small businesses so that our small businesses can help keep our communities safe and secure. And so it is with honor I want to announce some of our small businesses who are here joining us today. And then I want to bring up our special guest, Congressman Adriano Espaillat. Let me announce a few people. We have Jamie Vargas from Vargas Brokerage, Altagracia Valiente from 3841 Hardware, Jeffrey Garcia from the New York State Latino Bar and Lounge, Elida Almonte, Dominican Beauty Salon, Melba Wilson from Melba's, Princess Jenkins Green from the Brownstone, Yvette Haywood, African American Literary Award Show, Sharon Joseph from Urban Kitchen, and Carlos Encarnacion, who is an activist. Am I missing anyone? And Agnia Horsford from the Code. Thank you so much. I have the honor as a New York State Senator of working with Congressman Adriano Espaillat on a regular basis. Since joining the Congress, he has been steadfast in making sure that his entire district gets the resources that it needs, and he has been a champion in making sure that PPP loans come to our community, and that when COVID-19 hit, our community got the support that it needed. He is so fortunate, and we are so fortunate, that he has been recently added to the Appropriations Committee in the House. And anyone who knows appropriations, that is allocation, and everyone knows allocation, that means resources, money. And that's what we need as we come out of COVID. We need resources and money, and I can't think of a better fighter for us in Washington, D.C. than Congressman Adriano Espaillat.
Thank you. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, and I want to congratulate and thank the business owners also for being here. Small businesses are the lifeline of a community. They define a community. They give a community a personality. The pulse of a community is defined very often by small businesses. And as we launch an effort to reopen the city, it is precisely the small businesses that must be helped, because they are the biggest employers. It's not the big box stores, it's not the big corporation. It's the small businesses that are the big employers and provide jobs in our communities. And so we must bring the help right now, because back in February, March, and April, most of them were shut down. Everybody was afraid in their homes. But now as we vaccinate and we begin to try to open back up, these small businesses have great challenges, and they owe rent, right? They have to reinvent in many cases their space, because now the world has changed and they have to deal with social distancing. Not for now, for the future as well. They have merchandise to purchase, they got employees to pay, they got bills to pay, and so they need the help right now. This is the cross in the road that will make it or break it for small businesses. So the PPP program is an important one, and the shut-up program is an important one for places like United Palace and shut down the Apollo and some of our entertainment venues. But we must be creative in ways that we could help And a controller who holds the purse, right, the pensions of the city of New York, has a lot to say about the local economy and small business. And I think we need a controller that is an activist with small business. Not just an investor, but with someone that is an activist with small businesses on a daily basis and looks for ways and creative ways to make sure that the small business community in the city comes back. If the small business community doesn't come back, New York City doesn't come back. Simple as that. And so we must work with you. So I am here excited to endorse my good friend Senator Brian Benjamin to be the next controller of the city of New York. And it is the black and brown businesses that are here that have suffered the most. And therefore they must get first help. The restaurant owners, Jeffrey and Melba, you know, I know what you've been through. It's not enough to give you 3.5 times of payroll. We gotta get you more. That helps. The restaurant has robust investment in businesses that shape the personality of the community. The Malacron right there in the corner, you know, people come to hear a concert here. They come from Queens, Brooklyn, or from the tri-state area, and then they go eat at Malacron. So that restaurant introduces people from the tri-state area to Washington Heights. And so the same thing happens in Harlem, in East Harlem, in the Northwest Bronx. Estamos aquí para endosar a nuestro gran amigo, el senador Brian Benjamin, para controlador de la ciudad de Nueva York. Precisamente ahora estamos aquí rodeados de Jaime Vargas, has a insurance brokerage company right on St. Nicholas Avenue, who's been there for 40 years. 40 years. I know he doesn't look that old.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
That's why he's wearing that hat and sunglasses.
No, he doesn't.
I had to get him. But he's been there for 40 years. 40 years on St. Nicholas Avenue. Providing insurance for every driver. So he's there. He knows. He told me how many livery drivers he lost, right? During the pandemic. So he needs help. He got the PPP. He was able to get some of the hospital money. He could apply again for the PPP. We got Altagracia Valiente, who runs a hardware store. Now usually a hardware store, you think that's the consumer store there, but they kind of a little bit rough in the edges, right? But she tells them what to do. A hardware store. For how many years now? And we have Eli Dalmonte, who runs a beauty salon. Now you all heard of Dominican beauty salons, right?
Yes, we have.
And so she runs one, and we have Jeffrey, who represents the New York State Latino Restaurant and Lounge Association, right? Who's also going through some major challenges, right? As Melba is in her restaurant, Melba's, right? So these are the small businesses that make up our community, and together, working together, trabajando juntos, los negocios afroamericanos y latinos, somos una fuerza, we're a strength. Right? And with a controller,
What really happened with the real estate tax and the small business? It gives all the small business in New York right now. Real estate tax is about $10,000 for the small business. We don't have the money to pay this year the real estate taxes. You understand? We got a 20. My business name is Victor Bicycle Repair. I got a 22 years.
bicycle repair.
22 years in the neighborhoods, 22 and 30 years in the park. I started in the park right here, and 172 in the bank. You understand? And right now I got my business. I owe to the landlord about $20,000. Now the real estate tax is coming right now in 2 or 3 months. You know, we don't have the money to pay the amount. In this case, I'm gonna close my business.
So that's why you need a controller that understands this dynamic, and not someone just that will invest the pension fund in a smart way that will give some returns to the pensioners, but someone that understands what the local economy is saying to the rest of the city and will be able to engage those small businesses in smart and innovative programs that will keep them open. If small businesses don't open up, the city will continue to be shut down. It's as simple as that. So, I am Benjamin para Controlador de la Ciudad de Nueva York. Él tiene una conexión directa con los pequeños negocios, él tiene el conocimiento, porque él también tuvo su pequeño negocio. Él es graduado de Harvard, right?
Woo!
You know Harvard, right? Any of you doesn't know Harvard? He graduated from Harvard. Right? To me, he will be able to work with me. He will be able to knock on his door. Ustedes van a poder tocar en su puerta y pedirle la ayuda y él estará ahí para ustedes. So thank you. I'm here to support, and we're on the road not only to reopen New York, but to make Brian Benjamin our next controller of the city of New York.
I don't know how I respond after that, but I'll do my best. First of all, I want to thank, and I don't want to go into this whole thing, but Melba goes in here. She's not only the owner of Melba, she also is the head of the New York City Hospitality Alliance. And she has brought a number, yes, give her a round of applause. She has brought a number of good friends from the neighborhood and the city to be part of this. And this is a Black and Brown coalition, and I'm excited about that, because this is something I've been dreaming about for a very long time. Us as communities of color working together to help all communities of color. So let me just say a couple things about this whole business plan. You know, I used to, as the Congressman mentioned, I used to run a small business. I was part of the affordable housing business that helped provide environmentally sustainable affordable housing in the village of Harlem. And in the process of doing that, I learned a lot about dealing with the city of New York. And there's some things that need to change in that control. Let me say a couple of things. Right now, in the city of New York, the comptroller, less than 5% of the pension assets of $240 billion are going to businesses of color. That must change immediately. Upon being elected comptroller, I would look to aggressively ramp that up. We have economically targeted investments that are available. That money should be going to communities of color, and it should be going to businesses, small businesses on the ground who need the equity to grow. How many businesses are shut down because they just didn't have the cash to weather the storm from home? How many? And then you have some businesses that aren't even that good, but because they have the money in the capital, they were able to weather the storm. We need to level the playing field, and a comptroller like myself can get that job done so that small businesses all over the city, particularly in the communities that have been ravaged the most by COVID and ravaged the most by systemic racism, get the resources that they need so that they can grow. Because as you grow, so does our community. And that is what we are here to do. When you get a contract with the city of New York, how long does it take you to get the money? We absolutely lost. First of all, it's possible to get the contract, and then if you were lucky to get the contract because you won the lottery, you can't get paid. So we have to change that system. I'm proposing a system whereby the city of New York, the mayor's office, and the comptroller, instead of having the mayor's office goes from the office of contract services to OOB to the comptroller's office. What about a great idea if they start looking at the comments at the same time? Let's parallel look at the city of New York sitting down with the comptroller's office, and let's review them together at the same time. Let's put a timetable on it so we don't have small businesses and our nonprofits who are also small businesses waiting 6, 9, 12 months in order to get the money. Because guess what? You have to pay down money. Can you pay them 6 months later? You can go at the hardware store. Can you pay? So we have to make sure the city of New York is open our small businesses. And it's a city, by the way, this is not, this is city money, right? It's your tax dollars that the city is managing on your behalf. to say, let's do that. We have to make sure our corporations get things working. And lastly, I think we need to look very closely at a similar idea called the area prosperity tracker. ACP for short. We don't get rid of ACP. Yeah, ACP for short. I know we're watching tonight, but ACP for short, so that we can. The thought is, let's track how our communities are doing, right? Because we need to make sure that each community gets the support it needs. There are some communities that are getting more PPP than they should.
Yes.
We should be getting more PPP and more resources out of it, and a tracker that allows us to see how the area is doing, how the community is doing, and we can measure that across the city. That will go a long way. So, my plan will be on my website. So you can go to benjamin2021.com for to read the whole plan. But I wanted to do the highlights, and I wanted to do it here today on a very historic day because I believe when we come together as communities of color, we are unstoppable.
Amen.
We are unstoppable. And I am so moved by myself standing here with Congressman Espaillat, standing here with our small businesses from all over the district, all over the city, who represent the backbone of our economy. And if we don't help, if we don't do what we need to do to help, then shame on us. But we are standing here because we will, we can, and we must. And the comptroller with $240 billion of pension fund money can do a whole lot, and I plan to do that on your behalf. Thank you very much.
Now we'll be joined by Contralor Rodriguez, who runs what used to be Espaillat Traffic. Now he was a multi-service. How many years ago? ¿Cuánto tú tienes? 33.
I would love to see
Well, I'm super duper excited to be here. Besides two superstars, but not only are they superstars, they make investments in our community. At a time where we have people making withdrawals from our community and not giving back, it's so important to be standing here next to the next comptroller, and of course, our favorite congressman.
Yeah.
When I stand here beside me, we have some amazing entrepreneurs here. We have Sharon over there, Sharon Joseph, from Harlem Urban Kitchens. We have Princess Jenkins over here from the Brownstone, who's been there, 22 years. We have Aaliyah Horsford, a landlord, but also owner of the Cove Lounge, who's been there how many years? 8 years. We have Chef JJ from Field Trip. Chef JJ's been there 2 years. We have Yvette Hayward over here from the African American Literary Awards, been 17 years. And we have my good friend retirement from and how many years? 15 years.
and he's not cold too.
But one of the things that I do want to speak about is the fact that we have to stand united. I think that is the key. The power is in us uniting. And at the end of the day, we have to realize that we are our brother's keepers. It is my pleasure and my honor to stand here beside you today.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, our congressman has to go. Thank you so much, Congressman. And thank you all for joining. It is much appreciated.
Well, you will be seeing more and hearing more from Brian Benjamin. We're going to bring him back to the community when he gets nice and warm. They have a big feast here every Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
We have music and dance here at the plaza every Sunday.
We can dance.
I'm going to bring you and see if people do
Thank you.